Welcome to the show, Jenn Page, an award-winning feature and series director, one of the 50 women who can change the world in media and entertainment, and a 2023 woman to watch. You've directed for major brands and artists from Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and The Voice to Panic at the Disco, Weezer, Estee Lauder, and Hans Zimmer. Specializing in romantic and family dramedy and musical storytelling, your work includes the award-winning Waiting in the Wings, the rock opera The Breakout, and the feature Playing with Beethoven. Member of the Producers Guild and Television Academy, you also lead the Blackmagic Collective, and which champions emerging and underrepresented directors. You run Heart on Fire Productions, a woman-led full-service studio in Los Angeles. It is fantastic to have you on the show with us, Jenn. Thank you so much for joining us, and please do tell us more.
I think you've said it all. That was the show. Great. Have a good night. Hi. Thanks
No,
for having me.
that's a
Uh,
pleasure.
I really love the title of your podcast. I actually here's the problem. I usually do interviews, so it's gonna be really hard for me to let you interview
The
me
interviewee, yeah,
and me not interview you guys because I have so many questions.
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh, but it is a pleasure to be here. Yeah, currently really focusing a lot on Blackmagic Collective, trying to help underrepresented filmmakers get out there. January is usually that month for that, so
Mm.
applications are going to launch. So if you're a filmmaker out there, join Blackmagic Collective. It is free, and these initiatives are to help them get seen and get out into the world.
Mm.
how long you been at that?
Oh, I think Blackmagic Collective started in 2019, and I have been sort of running the show since maybe 2021. It's crazy because it kind of feels like a full-time job, even though it's not. It's something I just do because I think it's important to do, and I love helping other filmmakers. My full-time job is producing and directing. I've been very lucky to get to do that. So
Right on. Who do you use for music supervisors?
it's so funny because I have interviewed so many music supervisors for Blackmagic Collective classes and talked about the music supervisor role. And the sad truth is, in indie film, music supervisor is one of the roles that gets X'd out of the budget. So
Wow.
most indie filmmakers, directors are their own music supervisor. So you're either negotiating yourself, trying to get music rights to something, or more likely you're talking to indie bands, you're talking to composers, and you're having original music done. Because indie budgets are just not. Whenever you watch something and you're like, oh, this indie movie got, it's nominated for an Oscar. It's not an indie movie. That is somebody who backs it with a lot of money and
Yeah.
press that most of us do not have.
Mhm. I see.
But music is that is really my passion. I always say I can't play an instrument, I can't sing, so I direct it so I can feel like a rock star. I've had my times. Like one time, for Billy Ray Cyrus, he was singing at NASCAR, and I was on stage filming him singing, and I'm like, this is the closest I'm ever gonna feel to being a rock star.
Yeah.
Panic at the Disco, same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just having full reign of the pit and the whole arena, and just filming what we wanted and being backstage. Um, so music's in my blood. My feature films I've done on musicals, short films I've done on musicals. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. And now do you read the script and all that stuff too?
Prep is so important, and I think a lot of directors don't take that into account. Like we have to read the script and break it down in every way, costumes, casting, locations, all that stuff. Even though you have people who might help you, producers and different roles who will help you get that done. As a director, you have to think about the whole picture because you're
Mhm.
the one who's going to paint that picture. And I guess I thrive on it because I'm like, I got to juggle. I need a lot of things going on, because you will be bombarded with a million questions before you get to set, when you're on set, once you're in post. Yeah, you have to be in charge of the script and every little thing. Something like my last feature, Playing with Beethoven, is a musical feature, but it's all piano playing.
Mhm.
And that was a big collaboration with my composer because we did use a lot of Beethoven music, and then he arranged those pieces and he wrote new pieces. And that film was a very much a like, there's no way to not make that kind of movie without collabing with your composer on that one. But yeah, I mean, like I think that a lot of times the director feels like they're on their own. You know, they have a team of people. There's like this, like sort of like you hold the weight of this picture, so you have to know every little facet of that script.
Oh, wow. It's amazing for you to pick the spots where music is going to be.
Yeah.
Uh,
To me, that's so important. My favorite shows, like things that speak to me, have such great music supervisors and or directors who really get music. I think Cameron Crowe was one of the best at it. Like if you can move people. Let me back up. I think your script needs to work without any music. If that scene is not working at all without music, it's not working, period. But
okay.
music enhances that. It enhances everything we're feeling, whether it's for us to be scared or whether it's to cry or what, whether it's to feel good. Music is so important. And I feel like I have that knack for that just because I really love music. My
Yeah.
dream, I have two dream films I want to make, which, high budget, big dreams. One is a full on sort of romantic drama but with indie rock bands. So like actual indie rock
Okay.
bands would play live on stage. We would film it like a cinematic concert, and that there was none of that pre-recorded. Even with playing with Beethoven, everything was played live on stage. I don't want any of that pre-recorded stuff. I just think it's better if you do it live. Um,
Okay.
my second one is I want to do a 90s R&B film so bad. And in the dream world, I would actually have our 90s R&B artists, the Shies and Silks and Belle DeVoe and all those types of people would sort of make their cameos in it. Yeah, but I am so music driven. It's hard for me not to do a film. When we did our last short film, it was kids in space adventure, and I was literally like, "Can we make this a musical?" And I was like, "Just stop! It does not need to be a musical, you know." But I picked a song that like now we picked it just for fun, and it works really well. I can't afford the rights to it, so now we're just sitting on it like, what do we do? Because I don't want to
Right.
change it. Nothing else is as good, which is a problem almost all directors go through all the time.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Tom?
Something you slightly touched on just there when you're talking about the team you work with. How important is the team that you have around you? And as director, do you get to choose, kind of have influence over who you use for different things, particularly with music, but other areas as well?
It yes and no. So the team is always important, no matter if you're hired them or not. I have been hired in the past as a director who the team was already in place by the producers. Sometimes even the cast is already in place. Those are tough, but even then, still the team is so important. And if you don't gel and you don't get along, you're not getting the picture that you want to get. I'm sure it's the same when music producing. Like you only can work so well with somebody if you're butting heads or if they don't see your vision or if they're just not doing their job. Like, I don't want to have to be the person who goes and is like, why are you not doing your job? Like, you want to have all these people who are like there and they're excited to work. I just watched the Stranger Things documentary on Netflix, and the teams are massive and the sets are built. Everything is just massive, massive, massive. And the way they all sort of work together and every team, like hair and makeup and wardrobe, everybody's working together. It's such a beautiful thing when it comes together like that.
Yeah. What are you working on now?
So now my big thing is we are reading a lot of scripts. I want to do a film in London. It's my dream. So
Hmm.
I have been reading scripts, trying to figure out what's the right fit. What do I actually think I can raise money for? Because raising money is the hardest part. Any filmmaker will tell you it's the hardest part. Even Ron Howard, I heard an interview with him and he's talked about he has trouble getting money for his movies. And I'm like, oh God, if Ron Howard has trouble, like what is the rest of us gonna do?
Yeah.
So yeah, so now we're just reading, 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 trying to find that thing that speaks to you. It's tough because when like when you listen to a song, listen to music, like you either feel it or you don't feel it. It's kind of the same thing
Mhm.
with scripts, but it's harder with scripts to find that. It's a beast. So yeah, we're kind of in the middle of projects right now, trying to find that thing.
Do you do documentaries?
I do not do documentaries. I wish I did because with everything going on in America right now, I would love to be there
Yeah.
helping make a change through documentary. But because I don't do documentary, I'm finding other ways to sort of be proactive and fight the powers, so to say. So I will use my filmmaking tools to like pull video footage that I find and like put it to a song and try, put it on TikTok or somewhere like that that's kind of some of the stuff I'm working on right now as well, just to do whatever I can to help be part of the opposition, the voice of change.
Mhm. I have a friend I want to introduce you to, Denise Newton, and I wrote a song for her book, which
Oh,
is about
really?
it's about women's empowerment.
I love it. I've never heard anybody write a song for a book. I love that. That's
Yeah,
great.
yeah, and she got all these amazing women that, you know, change makers, you know what I mean, and
Yeah.
light workers and all that stuff like that. It'd be great to have a film like that because, you know,
Yeah.
I remember when there wasn't that many women in Congress, and now there's women everywhere, and the big boys downtown are panicking.
Yep.
These
I
women
really
are,
believe that that's why a lot of what we're seeing now is the pushback because you're seeing women, you're seeing people of color, take roles and take and be a bigger voice, and that makes certain types of people feel scared, and now they're fighting tooth and nail. And it is happening everywhere. It's happening in London, it's happening in America, it's happening in Canada, like it's happening everywhere. And all I can hope is there's more of us that are
yeah,
going to make that change. And we will, hopefully, it's swinging so bad one way that we get to swing completely the other way.
yeah. It's real.
It's funny because I think sometimes I feel like what I do as a director is it's so unimportant in the world, right? Like you just think it's just not that important. But I really do feel like one, besides escapism, we all need that time to just escape from what's real. I try to use my projects as change. Like you will never see a film I've done that is just all white people. Matter of fact, my classical music film, Playing with Beethoven, was supposed to be a white lead. I made it a black lead, and it changed the whole film and the whole feeling and the more importance of it. And I will always do stuff like that. I will never do a normal. One of my first films I ever did was prop when Prop 8 was happening and it was like anti-gay marriage, and I made a film that was about that. I'm not LGBTQ, but if I'm an ally and if I can use my art to help that, I will always do that.
Yeah, really wonderful. And people are a lot more open over here, you know. At home we have 8 million interracial couples. 4.2 are married.
Wow.
And that's growing like crazy, right? So if it's only 8 million, just think about when Obama came in, he's one of the mixed childs, the 4.2. And so when they talk about racism, that's stupid because we had a mixed president. He did great. You know,
Hmm.
you can't talk like love is love. And if people fall in love with each other, they're not, interviewing you. So what are you? Yeah, I don't know if I can get with you because, that's stupid. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you fall in love with somebody, that's the way it is, But wow, I love documentaries because they dig into something where somebody took on something special and made it brilliant, you know.
Yeah, doc filmmakers they're a special breed. They're the patience they have for creating that kind of work with just think about the hundreds of hours of footage they have to make into an hour and a half film. Like
Mm.
it's such a special art. It really is.
It is. Now, uh, do you like social conscious music?
I mean, I would say I'm open to mostly all music if I feel it, if it hits me, it hits me, you know. I when you say social conscious music, are you saying like it's a specific genre or like any genre who's kind of just socially conscious?
Now, but let me ask you something. So, do you do you have any social conscious music artists that you love?
I don't think I've ever thought about that. I like that's why I ask if there's a genre kind of thing, because I think that in my mind, people who at their core as a human are socially conscious and are always working for change.
Mhm.
To me, those people always seem to have better music anyway. But it may not be about the actual topic, even though, sometimes even like say like a Coldplay, they hide it in like a pop song, or a pop rock song.
Mhm.
So I'm like, if I thought about, I've never even really thought about like, yeah, like what songs are socially conscious. I mean, like if you think about it, our especially us Gen Xers, like I feel like almost all 80s music in some way there was socially conscious, music.
Mm.
Uh it's very interesting. But I do think that if I hear something that's specific, like you were talking about specifically, like making something for
Yeah.
homelessness or women or empowerment, I feel like when I hear those, especially when they're attached to certain videos, man,
Mhm.
they can really move you.
Yeah, yeah. I wrote one for cancer survivors, right? And it's so wonderful because, but I didn't want to write a sad song, so I wrote one about like women's empowerment,
I
you
love
know,
it.
and because people are tired of bad news,
Yeah.
let's give bad news some competition, right?
I mean, my favorite music video I've ever directed was Hope is Just Ahead. That was also Billy Ray Cyrus, which is so funny because I'm not really a country music person, but Billy
Yeah,
Ray was phenomenal, like the sweetest man on the planet.
yeah,
Um, and that Hope is Just Ahead really, like that was one of those ones where like for the video to me, it wasn't just about doing a music video. Like I felt that song. I felt like we needed that song when we were shooting it. And I
yeah.
was really digging, I kept digging deeper and deeper and shooting more stuff, trying to be like, let's figure out how to lift this message up and make people feel something. I agree. I think that if you can move people with music in a positive way, that we need, especially now.
Oh,
A great example of this is not even music, but the TV. Like where we don't want more drama. We've got enough in real life. It's like I watched Handmaid's Tale every season. I cannot get myself to watch the last season because I
wow.
just can't do any more of the bad stuff. Like, give me happy, give me Schitt's Creek, give me like, I bawled at Stranger Things. Like, give me happy endings. I want this stuff.
Yeah, yeah. What kind of film are you working on now?
I mean, as far as right now, I'm just really looking for it's funny we talk about social change. I would love to find kind of a social justice film. I haven't found a good one yet because I don't like when films like knock you like they're just like hammer you on the head with a message.
Right.
But I would love people to feel riled up at the end of that movie. Even if it's a
Yeah.
short film, I would take a short film right now because I want to do something so bad that's just like let's get people riled up to do the right thing. But yeah, I right now I'm just like literally looking for that right film, for that next thing. Because the one thing about filmmaking is like, and I mentor younger directors and I tell them this constantly. Like, it takes the same effort to make the film that's like in front of you that seems easy as it does to make the film that's the hard choice but you're passionate about. So like find that film, look for that film, do that film. You guys produce music. I wonder how similar is that in the music world? Like, do you really like you just keep searching and searching until you find that right lyric, the right sound?
Well, yeah, if somebody gives me a script to what they're doing, you inspired me right now, but I want to do a song with a happy ending. You know what I mean? So when people walk out of there, they're inspired and
Yes.
they sing along with the song and they remember parts in the movie and all that kind of stuff. I'm an old guy, right? And so I remember when John Lennon, was in the Beatles and girls was going crazy over that, and like he was writing a lot of the songs, but you know, Paul was the cute one, so they kept their eyes on the cute one. But when he wrote Imagine, he was saying Imagine peace, right? And that turned out to be
And you
bigger
know
than
how powerful that song is that you just say the word imagine and I get the chills up my arm.
yeah,
Like those are the kinds of songs that like they're timeless.
yeah, and like anybody can sing them. They're easy to sing, and that's going to stick with you. It's really beautiful. Tom?
Just want to talk a little bit about your creative process as far as how long any given project takes for you. Is it a case of you just take as long as it takes, or do you have,
Kind
I suppose you
of.
have deadlines and so on, but generally speaking, I mean, kind of what you mentioned there about sort of the small projects and the ones you're more passionate about, you presumably give the same sort of impetus to each project, or is there a sort of a formula to that?
I have a particular problem of not being able to do things small. Like
Mm,
it's like someone will say, okay, you have especially the music video world where there's not a lot of money, right? And they'll be like, give this little bit of money. We need it by in 2 weeks. But all my dumb self will be like, but what if we do this? And I'll
Yeah.
still have to get it done in 2 weeks with a little bit of money because I'm dumb. I got to learn to rein it in. But yeah, normally if it's actually almost better when someone else hires you because you have the deadlines.
Yeah.
Um, when if I any film I've done myself is taken forever because usually we're underfunded, so maybe I have to edit it. Like the last feature, I had to edit this whole thing myself. So now we're looking at like a year between the time you got to set and the time you finished the movie, and then it's like now you're doing other things like post sound and adding whatever else you need to do. It can really take forever. The last short film I did took a year before it ever saw a film festival. And I think part of it is, and I'm not that precious. Like I'm not. There's a lot of directors who are so precious that they're like, I'm not going to cut anything. It's perfect. I'm the
Yeah.
first one to be like, okay, cut it. Bye, 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 bye. Except that one song that I don't want to get rid of, and I don't even want to say who it is because I'm not supposed to be using it. But. But like I'm not precious, but I'm still like it's such a process because you're just tweaking, you tweak, you tweak. I imagine I really like I haven't been in the studio when people have been making songs. I've been in the studio a lot when people are recording, filming that kind of stuff. But I can imagine that the making of the song, like the before you're ever recording, is probably the same thing. It's just constant, like tweak, 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 tweak. You just never stop tweaking. And at some point you have to be like, it's done. Like just be done, you know?
Yeah. And you've been having success, right?
I would say so. It's so funny because I'm sure there are so many filmmakers who are like, "Holy crap, you've directed 6 features and all these music videos and over 200 projects." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I haven't done my studio thing yet." Like so it's like, what is success? It's like the goal is always moving.
Yeah.
Like the first time I got to work with name actors in a feature film, like that was like it. Yes, I've done it, next level. And then you're like, okay, what's next? So, I'm sure you guys have the same thing. Especially, Skylar, you've done so many things, and you're probably still always like, yeah, but I haven't, but I want to. It
Yeah.
never stops.
That happens all the time.
But I do try to be grateful and stay in gratitude about what I have done, and the fact that I'm not in an office 9 to 5. And I get to be creative. I try to be very grateful for that. Yes.
Jen, bless you for taking the time to come on our show.
Well, thank you.
Thanks.
And Tom's going to get information from you so we can spread the love, okay?
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you both so
Um,
much.
Been a
Y'all
pleasure.
are fun.
love.
Just want just really information, if I can, on where people go to see what you do. If there's any kind of social media
I am
content.
so easy to find. I am a Jenn Page film everywhere. My website, my social media handles, it's Jenn with 2 N's, AJENNPAGE film. Anywhere, TikTok, Instagram, my website. You can't not find me. Just Google.
Fabulous. That's fine. Brilliant. We'll put links at the bottom anyway, so people can go off and
Amazing.
check it out. Brilliant.
All right, thanks, guys.
Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all get together, music can save the world. Yeah. Music can save the world. Music can save the world. If we all come together, music can save the world. There's an urgency facing our humanity.
Thank you so much for watching. To stay up to date, please click subscribe and hit the bell. You can also join our group on Facebook and find us on LinkedIn and Instagram.